Hello guys, Fuzz here, and once again we are back to Final Fantasy VIII. So we're going to be continuing on with the story today, but just a few quick notes of things you might want to do before we actually proceed. If you haven't already, go back to the library in order to do the next part of the love quest with Zell in your party. And don't forget to just try and check out Shumi Village in case the Ultima Draw Point has restocked as usual. Try and get the character that's drawing from it with a highest magic stat as possible. Once you've done that, the only other thing you might want to know is that all the optional stuff we've been doing up to this point is all available again if you've missed out on any of that. So if you want to do your AP farming with the Cactuars, you want to get the Tombury King Guardian Force, or do the CC card group quest, then by all means, all that is available, so just head back to the past few episodes of this series if you need help knowing how to do such. So today we're going to be, as I say, carrying on with the story, and we're going to come to this part of the continent here. So this is the Centra Cape of Good Hope, where we see the structure just over on the edge. I'll just show you where we are on the main map so you can see. And if we try and head inside, we'll get a message saying that this place looks familiar, and we can go in further for an even bigger message, although not too exciting. But this is Adia's house, although Squall tells us that there's something nearby. So we're just going to head back to the garden here, since we can't go into Adia's house at this particular moment. And if we turn around here, hey, look at that, it's the garden floating, Galbadia Garden. So we'll head over here, and that will start by kicking off some scenes. Okay, so we have to actually choose some orders to give out here. The orders that we're supposed to give are prepare our defences, take good care of the junior classmen, and prepare for the attack. But we can also choose some of the other ones as well, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you get some funny responses and it doesn't affect you negatively. So let's go for my feelings on this, because we know Squall loves talking about his feelings, and we'll just go for one of the right ones as well. Take care of the junior classmen. There we go. Okay, everyone listen carefully. This is very, 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 very important. Okay, and once we're back in control of Squall, we're going to head on down here. And we're going to go ahead and speak to Quistis, who should be waiting for us, along with Irvine and Selfie here. And she's going to ask us to select a party. So we need to form a party here, and Zell and Reno are unavailable at this time, so we'll just go for Quistis and Selfie. Although you don't need to sort out your junctions at the moment, so don't worry about it. And Squall just tells us about that fact, which is very nice of him. And our destination is the quad. But before we go to the quad, we're going to do a few other bits first, but we just need to get through the scene. And we automatically get taken to the second floor hallway. So we're going to just speak to the people that are here. This guy's just been promoted. And off they all go. And then we're going to head over to the next section here. And this young fella as well. The junior classman. Oh, look at that, he gives us a cottage. If you miss this guy, by the way, and he does go into the classroom, which is where he's heading to, just follow him in and then back out, and he'll also be back out again. And now we can head over to the quad. So we'll make our way down to the lower floor here. So there's a new save point here we can use, and we're ultimately looking for Zell, who we do need to speak to. So it does tell us as well, of course, through all these NPCs, which way we can go and which way we can't. So our options are limited. Is it me or do some of these guys look pretty rough? I'm so used to these graphical mods that I'm using to play this game, the links of which are always in the descriptions, by the way, that I get taken back when I see what the old graphics looked like on the original PlayStation release, which is really what these NPCs are representing. Okay, so here comes Renoa, and we need to speak to her in order to advance the story by seeing even more scenes. So we're going to go over and speak to her now. Okay. When you're ready, you can just leave this area. And then we'll get this announcement telling us to report back to the bridge here. Well, this looks like it could be climactic. Okay, so we're now in charge of Zell's team, who kindly reminds us that we need to sort out our Guardian forces, or junction. So I'm just going to go to switch here, and for now switch Irvine with Squall, and Zell with Irvine, so that Zell has become our strength-oriented character and Irvine our defensive character. And we're going to run to the left-hand side here towards another scene. And Zell's just stopping to give Rinoa Squall's ring here. Hint, you don't want to let go, based on that. Okay, so with Zell, we're just going to start heading across the screens here. Just make sure, if you haven't already, you have junction by this point because of the enemies that we're going to be getting, and some of these enemies are stronger than the normal soldiers that we face. From Galbadia, normally the Galbadian soldiers are quite pansy, aren't they? There goes the SAMOHE, I think that guy was. And he's dead. Just throw a couple of potions around the place. And so we're just going to start heading towards the front gate, getting through the random enemy encounters. And as we run to the actual front gate section, we see the rest of the party coming to greet us. Well, by greet us, they kind of ignore us as they continue on their way. But we'll join them for yet another scene. After which we're going to switch parties. Isn't this an exciting section of the game, eh? Galbadia Garden just pouncing around with Cypher in charge, trying to crash into us and all other sorts of nasty stuff going on. Right then, so we can't take Zell at this point, so I'm just going to go ahead and select Selfie and Quistis here. Bearing in mind we know it's just dangling at this point. Oh no. Okay, so first things first, we need to once again just sort out our junctions here. So we'll go ahead and switch things around a little bit, as they say. And Irvine was our defensive character, and Zell was our strength character. And with that done, we're told to head to the second floor classroom. But I'm just going to see if we can take a brief detour to use a tent, since our health is somewhat low at the moment. And now we're going to head up to the classroom. Now just be careful at this point, because we do have to fight some enemies here, and you might want to throw some status stuff onto your status defences, because they like to spam that kind of stuff. And when you're ready, just head into the classroom here. There's so many pre-rendered CG cutscenes in this section of the game, isn't there? It's all very exciting. And we have these stronger soldiers to bring down once more. See if there's anything exciting to draw from them. Not really, unless you need that stuff, I suppose. Okay, and with those 4 soldiers defeated, again, nice bit of AP for that as well. Then we can speak to the seed that's here. Might just have to speak to the seed a couple of times to get the desired response. And we're heading back up now towards the bridge. It's all very touch and go at the moment, isn't it? And another cutscene. Poor Anoa's really in a bit of trouble at the minute, so we do need to go and help her out. Looks like it's going to be up to Squall to do so, since Zell has failed. Okay, so that was Squall's speech. Now we have to actually put things into action. So Zell and the rest of the party are making their way over to Garden now Galbadia Garden in order to clear a pathway through. Which means we are left with Squall by himself at this point. And our next destination is the second floor. But it seems there's a bit of a distraction here. So we're going to have to sort it out before anything. We're going to go ahead and speak to the little kid. We might have to just reset his position if he hasn't appeared on the next screen though. There he is. Interesting. We need to look around for another option here before we get obliterated. And then very carefully push the button for the emergency exit. Okay, so we need to block. We need to basically block every punch. And basically, as this guy's throwing a punch, we need to kick because it's quicker. We can try again with more health and it doesn't actually affect anything negatively. So depending on how much health you lost, you can start again and hopefully succeed this time. So we'd have to go through the rigmarole of this section again. Okay, I think I've just about got this. The trick is just as the enemy blocks to start your punch so that when his block finishes, you smack him just in time. See? You can also finish off with a death blow, which is the slowest, but does the most damage. Although either will get the job done, punch or death blow. Kicking is not much damage, but is a lot faster. And look, we've got Renoa. So we do what we're told here and simply run to the left, which will keep the scene going for us. And then we'll get some more scenes. Okay, so at this point we're prompted to name Squall's ring. The default is Griever, so we'll go ahead and stick with that. It kind of looks like a Guardian Force, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to tell Rinoa, let's go. But before we actually run to the door, we're going to give Rinoa some stuff here. And I believe Selfie's using my magic, so we'll give it to Rinoa. And just boost her magic stat up. The reason being we have a draw point. Good old fashioned draw point. Where's magic plus 20%? There it is. There it is. And temporarily we'll stick Ultima on. Look, Ultima's so good now that Rinoa, or whoever is using this magic setup, has absorbed to all of these elements, which is nice. It's one of the best magics in the game, even though we've only got 66 of them right now. It still boosts our magic stat to over 200 for Rinoa. How awesome is that? And if we head towards the trees, we should be able to find this draw point. And even with that high magic stat, we only got 6 auras. So you can get up to 15. Probably had a little bit of bad luck as well, in all honesty. But there you have it. And then when you have that, we can head through the door here. Squall doesn't say how he feels. That's not what he does. Right, first thing we're going to do, of course, is select a party. I'm just going to go for the usual. Either Quistisaur's out as defensive character, Squall as strength, and Rinoa as magic. And I'm going to finish off here, guys. So thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to hit the like button. And subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, as we pick up next time here in Galbadia Garden. Until then, take care guys, see you soon.